show's on. We don't want to wake anybody up. Let's tuck everybody in. Round one playoffs are done. Oh, man. Hopefully everyone's getting some good sleep. Let's switch gears, though. Get back in this theme music. That's right. Round one in the books. Round two about to get started up. Super excited. Had a few surprises round one there, Bliss, didn't we?
Oh, I mean, no.
But nonetheless, we're pumped up. We got ourselves a great second round. Let's get the show started here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the lovely SPNHL Talk. This is your man here, Cuban, joined by the one and only boss man, S.A. Pliskin. What's up, boss?
Yeah, baby.
We had ourselves an interesting round one. We're going to review that. We're going to look at matchups going into round two. And obviously the matchup game 7 that we saw between Pittsburgh Toronto is where I'm going to lead off in the talk here, boss man, with Pittsburgh coming away with a win there, which is, I mean, I don't want to say it was surprising, but I kind of thought Toronto's roster was a little more well-rounded. I thought they wouldn't have lost that series.
Yeah, that kind of threw me off too. I thought Toronto would have taken that one. I don't even know what happened. I mean, the games I watched, it didn't seem like Pittsburgh was really that much better. It's just they just able to get the chance to capitalize more than Toronto could.
Yeah, it looks like Jay Scott, Castles, and Cap pretty much was the offensive firepower in that series for them. And West Side with an 84% save percentage, only allowing 14 goals in 7 games, was huge. Plus, you're cutting in and out a little bit there. Kaz just told me, so I don't know if you want to reset your mic there. Obviously, Pittsburgh with Ajax and Wally on defense, kind of locking that down. They mixed in, looks like Snake Plisk had a game in there that he had played, and also Robbie had a game in there. But they got it done. They were able to capitalize against Toronto. Let me take a look here at Toronto's lineups. They had on defense, You Want to Be Me in for 3. Goalie man played 6 of the 7 on defense, with Sullivan chipping in 2 and Smoke Joe Show chipping in 1. And then on offense, Rich 2K only played 5 of the 7, Lindy 6 of the 7, Joe 5 of the 7, and you had Ronnie and Tyler each chipping in 1. And over on goalie, you had Playmaker in for 1, and looks like Polar had 3 in that, with an 86 save percentage and only 8 goals allowed. And then Playmaker with a 90% save percentage, only 2 goals allowed. Still not enough to get it done against Pittsburgh. They held it down. Yeah, Hyper, absolutely. I don't know. I guess Pete had something going on, bro. I will definitely wake you up when it's over, buddy. So that's where we're standing. Is we got Pittsburgh moving on. Obviously, Anaheim on the other side, they handled business as everyone thought they would, walking over Arizona in 4. And then Carolina, Washington, I called the availability thing for Carolina off the get. But Washington, I mean, they still put it handily on them, 4-2 in the series. They were up 2-1 after night 1 when they had their guys, and then obviously night 2 they did the same thing, went 2-1, and then closed out that series. And then Plisk, you and your guys against LA, which I was kind of surprised you lose the first one and then sweep them the next 4. You want to touch base on that a little bit?
Sure. Well, the first game we went in there, we knew right away that we can butt heads with them, and the entire series this season has been really tight. We went in there. We lost the first game. It was a close game. We battled back, but they got the lead for the majority of the game. So we changed the lineups up. We were trying to figure out what to do with we knew who our forwards were going to be. We weren't sure what they were going to do for defense or what the setup's going to be. So me and Red, we talked about it before the game. We said, if either both of us or just Stiola is good, like is on fire, to keep him in, and I'll play D or something. So if we're both playing well, not to worry, but just kind of stick him in there, and then I'll play D. Turns out he played really well, and so did D, so we didn't have to change anything.
Yeah, I mean, you did. Which you have one game. You had the one game in net, and then you went with Chalua, who had an 85% save percentage in the next 4 games. So obviously, I guess he was a little more stabilized in there. And then you had Prodigy and Rocket with Stoner and Red up front, scoring some points up there for you guys. And then on defense, like you were saying, you had Executioner and Red holding it back there. So you guys figured it out at the right time, I'll tell you what. And people are telling me your mic's still cutting in and out. I don't know if you want to. All right, so you're going to take a little hiatus, wait for Pliss to get back before going any further. I'm just, I'm excited with some of these matchups going in the second round here. We'll touch base on shortly. The other thing I wanted to also touch base on is that we got some interesting stuff with just the round 2 matchups that we're going to go over here. Pliss is back. Hey.
Test.
Hello. Yeah, the mic's fixed. Nice.
All right, where were we?
So you were talking about switching it up. I believe you were saying in net with yourself and Chalua after the first game or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Like we got lucky. I mean, we were able to figure out exactly what we needed to do to win on after game 1. So it wasn't too stressful for us. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice being able to just sit back and let somebody else handle business while you can kind of just cheer your team on.
So you took a back seat there in the first round after that first game, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to. Red was feeling bad. He's like, I don't want to break this lineup, but I want to put you in here. I'm like, don't touch a thing. Just leave it as is. You guys just smoked them. You got 2 in a row. Just keep it going. The same line.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, kudos to you, man. Not a lot of guys would do that. To be honest, they'd be like, "Nah, man, I want to play another one. I could do better."
Yeah, but I mean, there's I don't know if it's an ego thing or what, but once you've played as many games as I have, you don't give a shit anymore. You just want to win.
Get that second one under your belt.
Yeah, exactly.
So that moves us over into round 2. Let me go ahead and open up before I switch share screen here, playoffs, into the matchups. And I'll do a share screen for everybody. That. Okay. Let me know when you got it there, Pliss.
Got her.
All right. So as we were just touching base on, you had Washington, Carolina. Washington winning that one 4-2. Then you had Pittsburgh in 7 over Toronto. Then over here you got Vegas. We just talked with Plisk about 4-1. And then we got Anaheim, as everyone called it, on Arizona. And as for my boy Jedi, Arizona, pew, 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 deuces, shot out of town. Anaheim smoked them. So let's roll over into the second round matchups. We'll start in the East. We got Philly versus Washington, Boston versus Pittsburgh. What's your feeling on the first matchup, Philly versus Washington, Plisk?
Oh, it's going to be a walk in the park, I think, for Philly. Washington, they played well against Carolina, and I feel bad for Carolina because Trix is a great GM, good player, and he just seems to get snake bitten every time the playoffs come around. But I don't think they're going to have nearly as much luck against the Flyers.
I don't think it's gonna be as a cakewalk as you said. Make it sound. Kamikaze was amazing in that. I watched that series obviously because I was engrossed to see who we would face, and uh, as playing with Kaz and having Kaz on the team before and playing against him, he's a nuisance, and I love him and hate him at the same time because I love it when he's on my team, hate it when I'm against him. So I'm not taking this lightly. I'm actually nervous a little bit going into it, and I expect a battle. I mean, all series long, it's pretty much been like a 1 or 2 goal game with EA bounces. So hopefully EA's on our side tomorrow night. Our boys have been off. We've been off, but a few of us have gotten on and gotten a few games here and there. It's just not quite the same when you're playing competition. So, looking forward to it. So, then we got.
I'm gonna give it Philly in 5.
I was gonna say it's pretty much 6. I think we might Philly in 6. I think Kaz is gonna easily keep them in it to push 6 games. If it goes 7, I will say this: it will be played on Friday. I will not play it Tuesday night.
You're gonna break the tradition, are you? Good.
I'm gonna break tradition because everyone
worst thing
gives
I've
up momentum.
Oh.
Unless obviously we're the one that we're down and we're coming back and they want to play it.
Yeah, when was the last time that worked out for the team that's lost back to back, playing right away? I've never seen them come back.
Never. They've lost every single time. And I've been on the team that was down before and then played that 7th game the same night after we just won 2 in a row to force game 7. Yeah. And the other team gives it up every single time. So if I'm winning and we drop 2, yeah, Shep just told me now he'd make me wait too. Shep, I'm telling you now, bro, we will not play game 7 Tuesday night. We're going to Friday. So obviously we're going Pittsburgh, Boston now. What's your pushing on that?
Well, Pittsburgh surprised me already, so I can't throw them under the bus yet. Boston's probably one of the better teams in the East there. I think I'll still be a Boston win, but it's gonna be a lot tighter. I'm thinking maybe in 6.
I'm totally this series going 7 games on the pure basis of Wally and Ajax on Pittsburgh, and since Jay Scott it looked like he was blowing it up, but it was like he added on the 1 or 2 pieces that he needed, getting rid of Burst, and it just completed the team and made it a little more whole on the defensive side, adding Ajax, and then getting the offensive separation more distributed there with Burst being gone. So I think that Wally and Ajax can cause issues to Boston's offensive line. I just think Boston has a little more prowess offensively, that they'll be frustrated to lose a few games, but not the series. And I think Boston will win it in 7.
Okay. You think they'll play on Tuesday?
Yes, I do. I personally think that series is done Tuesday. Yeah, Pete ain't got no patience. No way. Pete's gonna play that joint. Pete's gonna play that joint Tuesday night, and I can say that because he's not here. So the hell with you, Pete?
And you already know Pittsburgh's done it, so they probably would too.
Oh yeah, no, Jay Scott will play absolutely.
Yeah.
So Colorado, Vegas, the one team that's given Colorado the toughest times. We'll touch on my spreadsheet. I updated it. Hold on. Kaplan says GM Boston loses in 7. Oh, Cap, you got a chance to prove it. So we'll get to find out, buddy. So then we got Vegas knocking down on Colorado's door here. I obviously I would love to say Vegas, buddy, and I know you've given them some squabbles in the regular season, but I'm gonna go Colorado in this one in 6. I think Colorado obviously has been one of the best teams all season, and I think Colorado in 6. I don't think you guys are going to get your butts kicked, but I do think Colorado has a little more. It comes to availability for them because I've never seen them, especially against my team, and we've played them 3 times. Like, it's been a different lineup every single time that we've played them. I haven't get into. Hyper just said Ali isn't playing in the Colorado series, which.
Yeah, I heard him say that last time or last week too. But Ali said he's finding time to play. So I don't know. I don't know what the truth is, but either way,
if it.
There.
Well, still, I mean, they still have Sedin, they still have Gui, they still have Ethan. You still got Mummy and Egg, one of the top D pairings in the league. You got Johnny and Net. Ali is awesome, but I mean, they still have enough firepower on there in depth. And then you guys, I mean, obviously, if Chalua keeps playing the way he's playing in net, and then Red on the back end there with Stoner up front with Beard, I mean, if you guys can continue that kind of prowess, it's going to make it an interesting series. I believe that you guys will give them a fight, but no offense, I just think Colorado just overall is slightly has the advantage there, and I think they'll take you guys out in 6, buddy.
I agree. They have a lot of talent, a lot of qualities that are going to be a challenge, and it will end in 6. But I have a feeling it's going to be the other way around.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, the way we've been playing, and if by chance he isn't going to be playing, that's just going to be another step in our direction. But no, our goalie has been playing great. The defense has been phenomenal, and our forwards have been clicking so well in the last week of the season, and then into the playoffs. I think we'll be all right. I think as long as we can control, the cross creases, and I'm not sure that I can't remember if they dump or not. I can't recall, but if Ali's not there, it's gonna be a lot easier to focus on their forwards.
Again, I don't disagree with that. I know Ali's awesome, but I mean, you still got Gui, you still got Sedin, you still got Ethan.
Ethan's great. Sedin, I have a hard time seeing him as a forward, to be honest.
I played with him. I played with him the other night, and I was like, we played a game on defense, and then he moved up to offense, and I was just like, the vision. It was just crazy. I was very impressed, and I was taken back in the same time because I always see Niner as just a defenseman all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. To see him up there playing forward with some guys, and he played really well. So I doesn't like at first in the beginning of the season I was like, it's probably just him just playing around, but nah, he's really good. So we'll see. Maybe you guys have the formula. You take out the big dog in the West there.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, when we played them, we've had Rich in the past, but if he wasn't the reason why we kept pace with them, then I feel like we're only a better team now.
So like a Pittsburgh, a little addition by subtraction type move.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, buddy. And then we'll move on to the final matchup here. Anaheim, San Jose. San Jose did get the first round bye, probably had the 4th best record in the West, but still got the bye due to being in the other division. I think Anaheim wins that in 5. They're all engines go. They dismantled Arizona as everyone expected. And I don't really see them having many issues with San Jose. I no offense to anyone on the series, but it's just Anaheim style of play, very defensive, very hard to score against, very
very greasy.
Yeah, man. Like they just got that chemistry, you know what I mean? They've been together. They've gone to numerous playoffs. It's San Jose's got a few guys out of position, and everyone had a write up, and they were talking about M Club of it forward. But I think their best chances are with M Club playing defense. I really do. The few times that I did play against San Jose, M Club was on defense, and the one game he wasn't, they were a hot mess without him. So I think they're a better team with him on defense. It's just what's Kaz going to do with his lines up at forward is what I'm curious about. Obviously, Breezy will probably be in net most of the series. M Club, if he's available, I think would play defense, and then what Kaz does after that, I don't know. But for Reaper, obviously him, Segan, Kid with Mikel and Doug, and then I think Mikester's his goalie. So we'll see.
No, I agree. It's gonna be Anaheim. I'm gonna give it 6 though. I think Anaheim's just they're very good. They're like I said, they're a very greasy team. It's just a lot of bounces, a lot of forced plays. It's just a lot of mess that just ends up going in their favor. But I don't think it's gonna happen every game. So I'm gonna give San Jose at least 2.
All right. So we had if you guys haven't read the write-ups, obviously there were some write-ups on the site here. I'll just touch base on it real quick and show you guys right here on the homepage. Pittsburgh versus Boston write-ups, Vegas, Colorado, Anaheim, San Jose, which we just talked about. And then you got your Washington, Philly here rounding out these write-ups. Really good. I read them all. Excellent job by the media team. I know Hyper did most of them, and I think Polar did the Pittsburgh-Boston one in the same format, which was amazing. I really liked that. So great job, Hyper and Polar, and I love the write-ups, guys. Good stuff. Keep them coming. Any update on for the playoffs? Like, are you gonna just wait till the end of the season to make your final decision there?
I'm
Graphics as well, Hyper. You're not sure what you're gonna do?
Well, the poll isn't doing what I wanted to do. I mean, it's people are voting, but 6 people, 6 people want to change in that rule, and that it's not enough for me to make a league-wide change.
Official.
Yeah, like it's disappointing that it's something that's this important to people, and there's not that many people showing interest in it, and I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
justify switching it with 6 people. I just can't do it.
Right. No, I totally agree with you 100%. It's something that has been talked about by a lot of people, and then to see the lack of voting, I voted, so I know I'm not one of the ones that didn't not vote, and my
You and I
opinion
both
on
voted.
this was
That leaves very little left.
yeah, no, I know.
I mean,
So
granted, like there was a total 7 in favor of a change. 1 for the 5-minute ECU, or sorry, 6 for the ECU, and I forget what the other option was, but there was only 1 vote there. But
leaving it as is. I think the
yeah,
one was leaving it as is, and then doing the 10-minute and then giving an extra 5 to find an ECU to replace the player.
yeah. Give me a second to pull it up. I think it was.
I tried pulling it up, but I'm not signed in and I don't know my password for that. So I don't want to sit there and start messing around.
You know that thing on save your password.
My phone, I have. You see, I'm not even logged in here. I would have to redo everything, and I'd rather keep it saved on my phone because that's how I do my stats. I don't do it on the computer. It's the wifey's laptop. I don't want to get her mad at me.
All right, so we got 4 for keeping it the same, 6 for the 5-minute extra, and 1 for the 1 reschedule per series.
So 11 total votes
11
out
total.
of 200 and something registered players this season.
Yeah.
So we're a little bit lacking. Nothing for nothing. If by the end of this finals, if there hasn't been a huge jump in votes, I think you just close it and make your decision and probably keep it the same.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give everybody the opportunity to kind of bend the league to something you might enjoy playing in, or you know what I mean. But I can't let 6 people decide for 200. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a bad ratio. So, and So I move on to the last bit of portion of the show. Since it's playoffs, it's going kind of quick, guys. Not much to go over. The current East matchups we have here, 20 registered users and 112 in here. Need that other 50%. Cause shooting shout outs into the Discord chat. So here are the final 8 teams: Philly, Boston, Washington, Pitt, Colorado, San Jose, Anaheim, LA. Or no, not LA. Shouldn't be LA. That should be San Jose, Anaheim, Colorado. Should be Vegas. Oh, Cuban. Boom, 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 burn. Because I even got Vegas. Yeah, it should be Vegas. I'm going to delete that. Cuban. We'll delete it. Boom. It should be Vegas. Las Vegas Knights. Obviously, your record versus Colorado, 2-2. So, needless to say, Colorado, Vegas, 2-2 in the series. And then we have San Jose and Anaheim. Anaheim having a losing record against San Jose, 1-2. Obviously, I still feel that Anaheim's the better team. I think the series will go 5, even though Plus has 6. And then up top, Boston and Philly. It says 3-0, but each one of those games, except for one, have been a 1-goal game in overtime. And it's literally been my team scoring with 10 seconds left in the third period to force overtime and then winning it in overtime. So easily, yeah, dude, Boston easily should have 2-1 series lead on us, and we've scored. The one game we scored with 15 seconds left, and then the other one we scored with 40 seconds left shorthanded to send it into overtime. And then I think we beat them the last time 3-1 or something like that. And that game was it was 1-1 going into the third period before we got a 2-1 lead. And then, obviously they were pressing at that point to try to tie it, and we took advantage. But, and then, Washington and Philly 2-2. And then Pittsburgh and Boston. I don't have Pittsburgh and Boston. What the Oh my goodness. We're having the Pittsburgh and Boston? Oh my God. I'm gonna have to do. There we go. So Boston and Pitt. Boston's up 4-1 on Pittsburgh. So I may have overspoke my boundaries there a little bit with saying Pittsburgh giving Boston a 7-game series, but holy smokes. I mean, that's regular season. So we'll obviously see how it plays out in the playoffs, but Boston during the regular season holding a commanding 4-1 lead over Pittsburgh. So, and what I did down here, obviously it's going to be a little bit heltered. No. So I did Philly, Boston, Washington, and Pitt. And then, of course, we have Colorado, San Jose, Anaheim, and Vegas. And this is East versus West and how each team did against, obviously, Colorado's the purple, San Jose's the teal, Anaheim's the orange, and I got kind of a gold here for Vegas. I wasn't done black, but I think you wouldn't have seen the records.
What does this show? Is this for Boston? Is that 2-0 Boston over Vegas, or is that Vegas 2 over Boston?
This is here. I'll try to so this is Colorado versus Philly versus Colorado. Philly's up 3-1.
Okay. All right.
Philly versus San Jose. Philly's up 3-0. Philly versus Anaheim, 2-1. And then obviously with the scheduling, having that last game as a flex, there was only 2 games against Vegas because you guys should have been our 3rd game, but we left it open to play Colorado that extra game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we were 1-1 against you guys. Over here, Boston's 0-3 against Colorado. So if Boston and Colorado were to make the finals, Colorado during the season had a 3-0 matchup against Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If San Jose makes the finals, Boston's up 2-0 on San Jose. And then if Anaheim goes, Boston only had 1 win versus Anaheim. So Anaheim's actually 2-1 versus Boston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Boston's 2-0 against you guys. So on and so forth. So you got Washington and Colorado with Colorado up 2-0. Washington hasn't won a game against them. 1-1 versus San Jose. Washington's 0-2 against Anaheim and 2-1 against Vegas. And if Pittsburgh were to go to the finals against Colorado, they 1-1. Obviously, they missed the game against them. San Jose, they haven't won a game against. So San Jose, if they were to make the finals versus Pittsburgh, would be up 3-0 to lose the next 4. Anaheim's 1-1, and then Vegas, you guys are 2-1 against, or Pittsburgh's 2-1 against you guys. So that's how I kind of did it.
Haven't done too hot against the East, then.
Yeah, like if you look at it in whole, like there's like outside of those, like Boston being 0-3 against Colorado, 0-2 against. Oh no, and you got this one over here. Like, you know, Pittsburgh's 0-3 there. Washington's 0-2 and 0-2 against 2 West Coast teams. And then you got Boston not winning against Colorado. The West and the East, like the East looks like they've won more games. Does that make sense? Like 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. 21 wins. And 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 21, 20. So it's not that far off. I mean, they're hand in hand. So, but that's like, you know, far off in the distance. We still got games Monday to get over. So with Philly, Washington, Boston, Pitt, and then Colorado and Vegas, not LA. Boo. So that's where we sit, man. That's where we sit.
Blended.
So yeah, pretty quick show tonight, guys. Plus, got anything? Oh, the lineups. I know I misspoken, and before the show, I kind of touched base and apologized. So, can you clarify to the GMs and the players how the rosters, availabilities, lineups, games played? We should have touched on this last week, but just to clear it up.
It's basically the exact same as this season, but how it works is lineups are due by midnight the night before. So by default, if you want to play, you need to have your availability posted by then. For those who do not post it, they can still play if they post, but they can't be scheduled. So the only way they can get into a game is either wait for the next day and be scheduled, or hope that someone is not available, and then they can fill in provided they
ECU.
Yeah. Don't use the word ECU because that confuses people. Just
sub in. Yeah, my bad.
Because if someone hears ECU, they go, "Oh, you got to get a free agent to play."
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I messed up. So
yeah, as long as
if you
post it
post
on time, you're good. If you're late with your posting, the only way you're going to play is either wait for the next day or hope that someone doesn't show up.
There you go. So clarified that. And with that, buddy, good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
And as always, everyone, thanks for listening in. Hopefully we kept the show quick enough that you didn't fall asleep. And as always, be kind to each other on and off the ice. Virtual hockey player lives matter.